Good morning, honorable educators, fellow debaters, and of course, everyone who is watching. My name is Jemima Sahuleka, and I am from SMA Negeri 68, Jakarta, representing DKI Jakarta. And today, I'll be speaking as the first speaker of the government team. Under the motion, this House would arrange students in classrooms based on their intelligence and academic performances rather than on their age. First of all, I would like to give context to this debate. As you see, the debate of whether or not the government should arrange students in classrooms based on their intelligence and academic performances rather than on their age is still a debate happening right now. That is actually why we are having this debate right now. That brings us to the debate today. Further on, I would like to give the definition. What is intelligence? Intelligence is the ability to acquire and apply knowledge and skills. Academic performances is every academic ability or academic performances that the student could actually contribute to the school. Like for example, science, social, language, it could be anything. In this context, the academics in school. And the government would also like to propose that the mechanism of we will put the students based on every academic ability that they have. And it is not limited to one subject. So we would actually measure it in every kind of subjects that is in the academic performances itself in school. And we would like you to acknowledge that there is a goal, an education system goal of having these classrooms based on their intelligence and academic performances is to actually have students to gain more in their academic abilities, in their academic performances, to actually teach and educate these students to actually gain the maximum point of where they could go in every academic ability that they could get. Moving on to my team split, I would like to introduce my team split. So the first speaker, me, I will be giving a definition, the mechanism, and of course the goal and urgency today. And I will be giving the arguments in this debate. In this context, I will be giving 2 arguments. And for my second speaker, she will be elaborating the arguments and of course giving a few rebuttals towards the opposition team. And for my third speaker, she will be giving the examples, the conclusion, and the clash points throughout this debate. Moving on to my arguments. The government would like to state that the age does not specify their academic abilities, because when you get older, you don't actually automatically get more academic abilities or getting higher academic abilities. Because academic abilities is not something you get because of your age. It is something you get when you are hardworking, when you are determined to actually get higher grades, to get higher academic abilities. It is because of that you are actually gaining much more higher scores in certain subjects. Like for example, I would give an example. A student that actually wants to get a high score, but with no dedication, and another student who is actually who is also wanting to get a higher score, but with dedication, with hard work to actually understand those subjects. Who do you think is actually having a better score in that upcoming test in that academic subject? Well, the answer is the student with dedication, with hard work, because she has been training in a certain subject to actually get a higher grade. That actually applies to this. With determination, with hard work, the academic ability of the student could actually get higher, and it doesn't relate to any age of the students. You could be 15 but much more smarter than a 19-year-old. It could actually happen. So that actually comes to my second argument. Like we see in most of the countries, I believe that the education system is actually the same for one age. Like for example, when you're 6 years old, you're of course in primary school and you are taught in the same pace with the other students. While we are having a problem of not every student actually has the same academic ability as the other students. Because of course, if you I will give you an example. A fish is actually measured. The fish is actually measured by the ability for it to climb a tree. Of course, you cannot do it because it's actually a different kind of thing. That actually implies to this argument, to this situation too. You can't actually measure a person only by one ability to actually get the same pace of learning. No, you can't, because every single person actually has a different kind of academic ability. And by implying of these classrooms based on their age, we are actually having the stigma of having these students having the same pace despite in their age, despite of having different kind of academic abilities. And from this, we actually see that the education system goal here is not actually a target here, but the classrooms. I believe the classrooms, the school itself, it is actually for actually teaching and educating these students. So why are we still having these classrooms based on their age if what we're doing here is for the education system itself? We're actually preparing, with the solution, we are actually preparing those students to actually go out, to actually go to work. Maybe it's at a long period of time, but we believe that we should educate them since they are young, because later on they would be the future generation, they would be the future leaders, and we're actually guiding them to the subjects that they like, that they would like to engage when they are at work. And here the government is actually proposing a better solution for the future generation, for the students itself to actually understand those academic subjects that are taught by the teachers, and it actually makes the teachers much more easier to actually educate those children itself. So why are we still bothering to have these classrooms based on their age if the advantages of being measured by their intelligence and academic performances is actually a bigger benefit for us, for the students, for the education system, and for the country itself? So by my arguments, from my mechanism, from our goal here, from our solution here, and from our definition, the government would still like to state that this House would arrange students in classrooms based on their intelligence and academic performances rather than on their age. And with that, we, the government team, raise our case. Thank you.